What's up, guys? It's Tommy at Epicos here today. We're gonna be doing an unboxing of some trading card games that we have in stock. We got this from Fulfilled, which sends us some indie card games to try out, and apparently what they do is they go through and see if it's actually worth our time. Some of these are interesting. I read up on them a little bit. Not really sure how to play these games. I just got a synopsis on how to play. Some of them are interesting. Some of them look cool. They have cool art. But today we're going to be opening some Sorcery. Sorcery looks cool. So if you don't know anything about Sorcery, the whole game is like a both trading card game, and it's kind of like a tabletop RPG location based game. The playmat itself is actually like a Sorcery playmat. And it's it has a lot to do with where cards are located and moving positions. So as you play the game, you're also kind of moving an army around. It's pretty neat. Very similar to Magic, but with extra steps. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this. But yeah, you guys like any videos like this, just let us know. We'll do more of it. If we get more indie card games or stuff that you might be interested to see, we would love to do unboxings for you guys. Oh, sweet. The packaging feels nice. It's very pretty. It says, raise an undead army as a necromancer, punish the wicked as a persecutor, usher in a dark era as a harbinger, or deliver us from evil as a savior. Sorcery Contested Realm. This looks really cool. I heard a lot of people who play this really like the artwork. Nice. Alright, these look kind of like the deck builder toolkits from Magic, or ETBs or something from Pokemon. This feels like old MTG deck builder toolkits. Oh, okay, cool. This comes with decks. Let's see what we got here. It looks like we have some tokens. This looks pretty cool. Let's see. Ward and Evil. If a ward site or unit would be damaged, destroyed, or targeted by opponent's special ability, the ward breaks instead. A unit or site can't have multiple wards and evil minions. Demon, monster, and undead can't be warded. Sweet. These look like action cards that go with the set. These look like little tokens, kind of like Magic, but much smaller. They look interesting. We'll open this one first. So it looks to be like a starter deck, kind of expansion kind of thing. That's interesting. We'll check them all out as well. Ooh. All right, whoa, all up in there. Look at that. That's so cool. Stealth. Neat. It looks like it says Frog, Submerge, Ordinary, Bothersome Beast. That's pretty cool. I just think these are so weird. Imagine trying to get card sleeves for these little guys. Skeletons. Awesome. I wonder if this is for any of the decks and they produce tokens. That's interesting. Let's see the other side. Stealth. What does stealth say? It just says stealth. Maybe that's kind of like flying and oh, there's the ward. Interesting. Let's see what these are. These might be abilities and stuff that go onto the creatures and whatnot. Ward and Evil. Oh, kind of explains the tokens, I guess. Collection consists of cards you own that didn't start in your decks. When a card is added to your collection, it persists across all game zones. In tournaments, we recommend 10 card collection. It adheres to rarity rules in combination with your 60 card spellbook and 30 card atlas. Interesting. Let's see. Hellhounds. The artwork on these look kind of wild. Let's see if we can check those out. Okay. Penitent Knight. An ordinary mortal holds solemn vigil. The other was a softer voice. As soft as honeydew. Quoth he, the man hath penance done, and penance more will do. Coleridge. Interesting. Horrible hybrids. Ghoul. These all look good. It's like some late 90s, early 2000s match art. This artwork's amazing. This actually looks familiar. Quentin Hoover. Oh wow, I like that one too. Like the greens and blues. Shoggoth. Looks like a Cthulhu, like contested spell books. Interesting. Alright, cool. I actually probably got to learn how to play this. This looks so cool. Especially with like the little cards. These guys just look so neat. Alright, so I guess we're going to check out some of these decks. These decks look pretty interesting. Let's see, we have Shackle Demon and Holy Something. And this is the pre-constructed sorcery deck for Persecutor. We're going to crack this open and see what we got. Ooh, don't want to damage the packaging there. These all look interesting. The artwork is like a big plus, and I think the game synopsis that I read on basically how the game works is interesting as well. That your game pieces kind of move like chess pieces. If you've ever played like Riftbound, I think it's kind of similar how like you take a position, but more built on that. All right, let's see this Persecutor deck. I think these might be starter decks. Some packing foam. Yeah. Okay. Want to make sure that everything was kept all nice. All right, we have Persecutor, Bind Evil, couple of Bind Evil, Shackled Demon, Angry Mob, Flagellant. Cool. One-shot Wizard. That artwork looks pretty cool. I like that. Flaming Skull, Airborne Fire Spellcaster. Interesting. So Holy Warrior, it has Ward. I wonder if that's what the game pieces do. Kissers of Wounds. Interesting. Genesis. Ward a wounded minion nearby or heal to. Interesting. Lesser Blood Demon. Ordinary Demon. Barters in Blood. Redmane Hyena. That artwork's really cool. I like that. Let's see what we got. We got Wild Fanatic. Interesting artwork. Some of these are better than others. This looks okay, but it definitely looks magic oriented. Intrepid Hero. That looks pretty neat. Martyrs of Tomorrow. Interesting card. Let's see. Mazui Ifrit. Fallen Angel. Oh, that artwork's sick. I'd use this as a token. I'm not sure how I'm feeling this. This is giving like mono red black energies from like Magic. Greater Blood Demon. That artwork looks pretty cool too. Oh wow, Zeppelin of Zealots. That looks pretty cool. Let's see. More Zeppelin of Zealots. Cherubim. That artwork is so cool. Let's get a close in on that. Oh, look at that. That's neat. That's some good artwork. I like that. Undesirables. Interesting. Ordinary Demon shunned by all. Trial by Fire. Some of these look more generic. Flame Strike. These are okay. Lash. Not a big fan of those. Like, the artwork is okay. I'm not a fan of it. As somebody who does artwork, some of these are really cool, and some of these are kind of just like, they feel like just like high fantasy, like trading card game stuff, and it's like, that's fine. But Blaze of Glory, like this one, some of the side details look amazing, but not a fan of the art in the middle. Release the Hounds, Holy Water, Blade of Thorns, Peacemaker, Arbalest. Oh, and this must be the Atlas. Now, well, if you don't know, if you're somebody who does artwork or doesn't do artwork, doing scenery is not easy. Like, if you're just somebody just like getting into artwork, to do scenery that like actually oohs and ahs people is actually not easy. See, Vast Desert. I think most of these are probably gonna be the same. Let's see. We have Desert Bloom. We have Autumn Bloom. That's pretty. I like that. I like busy artworks. Blessed Village. Hillside Chapel. Consecrated Ground. That artwork's really awesome. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. Active volcano. Now this is just one of those artworks I'm not a fan of personally. Valley. Another valley. Wasteland. The wasteland looks kind of cool. The hues of like orange and red to the black. That's nice. That's giving more of a Lord of the Rings feel. Whoa. Road to Perdition. I'm a big fan of this one. I like the metallic, watery kind of look it has. This is giving like a death metal album cover. Like, can you tell me what band name that is? Like, awesome. This looks amazing. I like this one. Purgatory. Just say you're an Enterprise Earth album cover without saying you're an Enterprise Earth album cover. Look at that. Molten Mar. That one's sick. I like this one. The artwork on this is just like, I don't think my phone can catch it as well, but the artwork looks amazing. I like this one. All right, well, that's for the Persecutor. The Persecutor looked pretty cool. I'm curious which one we should do next. Let's see. So for this one, we have Savior, Harbinger, Necromancer. I'm actually kind of excited for the Necromancer. I'm a big, like, green-black guy for Magic, so we'll save that for last. This one has Dormant Monstrosity. Oh, that looks pretty cool. That is the most Cthulhu-looking creature ever. Look at that. That artwork's pretty sick. Let's see, Harbinger. Because if this is like a Cthulhu, like Cult of Cthulhu, kind of like archetype, I'd be super into it. Alright, let's bust this bad boy open. I'm actually kind of excited for this one now. The Savior one's probably going to be interesting because it's a bunch of light and angels and stuff, which can be cool, but it's like sometimes it gets monotonous and kind of differentiating between like different like characters and stuff within an archetype like that can be, you know, they have to have a really good artist, really good imagination. But this looks sick. So let's get to it. All right, let's see. We got some packing foam. Maybe this is something I didn't notice before. Is this... Okay, it's not a sleeve cover. The bottom was kind of like slipping out. Alright. Set that right there. Yeah. See, Harbinger. Your avatar has triple access to success. Interesting. There is like some like D&D aspect to this. I think it might be like a die roll kind of thing. This is your avatar. So I think each deck comes with an avatar, and this is what you are as a player. Like, it goes in this little pocket right here. That's interesting. Curious to see how that actually plays out. Let's see what else we got. Willing Tribute. That artwork's sick. I really do like that. 10-ton slug? Brother, this artwork goes hard. Yog-Sothoth. Yog-Sothoth. Okay, cool. Falling Star. Now, this artwork I'm a big fan of. Also, huge into cosmic horror. Aish Kagan Ghost Crabs. Well, somebody has ghost crabs. Forsaken. Oh, this artwork is killing it this time around. And now we're done. I don't like this artwork. It's like... there's so much more that can be done, and maybe it's what they're going for. Like, they're trying to go... I heard a lot of people got into it because of the artwork, and I'm not a biggest fan of like old school Magic art as some people are, and this would definitely be in that category. I'm not a fan. Static Servant. Now this is like some old school Magic artwork I would be on board for. The style looks neat. I like how the creatures look. Static Servant. Mesmer Demon. Yeah, I'm give or take on this one. I do like the bold colors though. Let's see, Namo Monitor. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's like some White Lodge, destroy elder gods kind of stuff. Interesting. Slimy Mutants. This looks like a meme. I don't know how to feel about that one. Bound Spirit. Whoever made this watches Adventure Time. I don't know why, but I feel like I know. Look at the tongue. This looks like the Lich. I don't know. Dormant Monstrosity. This artwork is sick. An elite monster in cosmic reverie. That is so cool. I'll be honest with you guys. If we sell any of this, I want this one. Bound Spirit again. Frozen Horror. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they watch Adventure Time. Look at that. It's like the Ice Gang and the Lich Lord at the same time. Golly. Lacuna Entity. Tell me you like slam metal without telling me you like slam metal. Let's see. The Regurgitator. That's sick. That's some good artwork. I like the depth on that one. I like the color palette. Looks crazy cool. Harkening Kraken. It's okay. It's alright. Let's see. Gnarled Wendigo. That's sick. I like that one. The blues and stuff. Some of these artworks are cool. Gift of the Frog. Summon a frog to an allied minion. Draw a spell. Interesting. Because this is like summon a frog to an allied minion. So you give one of your guys a minion and you get to draw a card? Interesting. Ice Shards. Interesting. Let's see. Monster Morphosis. This is pretty cool. Some of this looks like it's inspired from like anywhere between like 80, like 70s to 80s horror and like maybe late 90s to 2000s. Like this reminds me of, it was a movie. I think it was some kind of like, it was like a movie where they like had cockroaches and they were trying to get rid of, and then they used like a new chemical compound, and the cockroaches got really big and they could like shapeshift into the form of human beings to draw you in, but they were gigantic bugs that would eat people. This is what it kind of reminds me of. Let's see. We got a Swap. Swap looks cool. It's a neat artwork. Okay. Abyssal Assault. That artwork's pretty cool. Like, I'm not a big fan of like the 2D kind of feel to it. It has like a classic watercolor feel, and that's okay, but I like the design though. The design is pretty neat. Into the Abyss. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. This, again, it looks like a meme. I like all the skulls and stuff on the sides. That's pretty cool. Call of the Sea. Call of Cthulhu. Like, that's... It's kind of pretty. Kind of like it. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so we're getting to the Atlas cards. So this like, these are the areas in which we will be going to as like a character. Let's see. Croaking Swamp. May summon one to summon a frog token here. Interesting. I think that's what those little tokens were. Little frog tokens. Algae Bloom, Twilight Bloom, Accursed Tower, Dark Alley. See, I'm just not a fan. Like, the buildings look nice, but then all of this looked like you guys should have gave like tentacles out the sides and stuff, and gave it like some creatures with like 6 eyes, not just like it. Look, these are cats. That's cats. That one's pretty cool. I like the Deep Sea. That's gorgeous artwork. Den of Evil. I don't know, man. Some of these can be way better. Some of these are pretty... Like this, the Stinging Kelp, this looks great. I like the artwork. The artwork looks dynamic. It looks like you can actually be there a little bit while still keeping the style. Stream's pretty. Spire. I don't like Spire. Look at that. See the artwork? See how everything's kind of off kilter? If you like really raw artwork, if that's your thing, that's cool, but me personally, not the biggest fan. Elder Ruins, that's neat. I kind of like that one. It's got a lot of character to it. Ooh, and Peculiar Port. Looks like a bunch of goblins. Horrible hybrids from your collection on this site. Interesting. All right, well, that's for the Harbinger deck. That was pretty neat. I like the Cthulhu-esque feel to it. I feel like the Persecutor had a bunch of like big bomb looking artworks, and for this one to be like a harbinger of anything, it's like you didn't really have enough big bad. Like the artwork kind of all feels the same to a degree, right? Like if you're gonna have big bads, make them feel like big bads. That's my only opinion. Like this was cool. I like that one. All right, next up, we're gonna do Savior. Hopefully, maybe with this one, let's see, Divine Lance. I like that artwork. That's sick looking. This is the Saviors box. Yeah, guys, if you want to comment down below what you want to see more of, like box openings of indie trading card games that like Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, anything like that, you just let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your opinions. We are going to start doing more of these, so that way you guys can be more engaged with TCG content with us. If you ever see me in shop, I love competitive trading card games. I've played like 11 plus different trading card games, and even though I may not be a big fan of all the artwork on this, I think the concept is interesting, so I'll try this one out. All right, let's see if we can get this open and not like violently like just pop it. Let's get the foam out. All right, and this is the Savior. Let's see what we got. All right, so this is the Avatar. Tap. Play or draw a site. Interesting. Ward a minion that was summoned this turn. This is the Avatar. Cool. Oh man, I hope I didn't do that. If we try to put this on like eBay or something, or TCG Player, I hope I'm not just in here like destroying the cards. It's also really hard to pull out of the box with the little foam pads that they're trying to like keep it safe with. All right, so let's get into the Saviors deck. Yeah, I think within the upcoming weeks we'll probably have more deck techs and stuff out. I know I have one in the roster already that we're going to be putting out for Pauper for MTG, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you're somebody who comes to locals and you get like first place, or you just like have an interesting list, we'll do a deck tech, and we'll show the world what you got. So yeah, now for the Saviors deck. We'll see. Eltham Townsfolk. Sarava Townsfolk. This one's pretty. I like this one. Night Watchman. Makeshift Barricade. The chicken is a meme. Look at that chicken. He is scared of Cthulhu. I don't know. Let's see. Enduring Faith. That artwork's pretty sick. It looks like they're trying to fight off like a Mind Flayer-esque creature at the top of some stairs that somebody randomly built to nowhere. Golden Dawn. Now, see, it's starting to do the thing that I was afraid of, that anytime you have like a light archetype in any trading card game, they're almost always like mediocre looking, and I hate that. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is probably the only one that's not done that, versus like stuff like Magic. Whenever you have good guys, all the good guys look the same. There's nothing like trademark different about each of them. Yeah. So, and this is kind of following that trend. Let's see. Malakim. Town Priest. Virgin in Prayer. Now we got two virgins. Sweet. Revered Revenant. Actually, that's not that bad looking. I like that. It's pretty cool. You might think it's the camera quality, but this kind of like the paint feel on them makes them look like they're out of focus. Angel Ascendant. That artwork is actually pretty sick. The blues, the purples. I'm a big fan of that one. I like that one. Survivors of Sarava. This gives like Earthbind from Magic. I like it though. The lines are crisp. Everything's pretty. Muddy Pigs. I think that's another thing with trading card games that I'm not a fan of. So like, there's very, very few trading card games that like don't have like a couple of like meme cards. Like I'm going to war with somebody in a game of chess. Sure, it's cute, but like don't really care for it. Let's see, Mayor of Millbourne, Order of the White Wing. Yep, we're getting there, boys. It's Guardian Angel. Like, the artwork could just be so much better. Right. I'm not even like judging them for what they painted. I'm judging based on the character design of what they painted, right? Because like some of the technique is really awesome, like the scaling of like the colors and the depth, that's fine. But it's like the overall character design is like just not my favorite. It just looks like I guess a puppet. I don't know, man. Let's see, Rowdy Boys. Yeah, I don't think this deck's for me. Search Party. Got 3 search parties. Monks of Kolbasa. This one looks kind of cool. I like this one. Weathered Trunks. This artwork's pretty cool. I like that one. Faith Incarnate. That is kind of wild. Is that like their depiction of an angel? Has +2 power for each ward in the realm. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool looking, I guess. Flame of the first ones, that's all right. Wave of Eviction. I like the artwork a little bit. That's pretty neat. That's crisp. I like that. Baptize. That's me, 2016. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, I got baptized in like 2016. Divine Lance. That artwork is sick. Big fan of this artwork. That's awesome. Holy Nova. It's all right. Smite. Now that's good artwork. Look at that. He is just piercing that guy. Like, homeboy looks like he's at the dentist. He's like, oh no. Alright, let's see what else we got. Okay, so we're at the Atlas cards. We got Troubled Town. I mean, I guess so. It's the realm of sorcery. Blessed Village. Seems to be on par for a savior deck. Blessed Well. This might be a staple. I think this is just something like if it's based on like character types and stuff, or colors, if you will. You can play this. Algae Bloom. Consecrated Ground. Fertile Earth. Mudslide. The Mudslide looks kind of crazy. The artwork looks cool though. Stream. More Stream. Valley. Okay. And Forlorn Keep. Well, that's the savior deck. Nothing impressive in there. Not that I noticed. And I'm curious. I wonder if the Atlas... I think the Atlas deck is separate from your main deck, which is like your spell book. I think my biggest criticism so far is most of the artwork is like a spell being casted and people just standing around. Right? Like, there's so much more you can do. I just feel like the deck, the card game so far, in terms of like artwork and what it has to offer, could just be, I don't know, a little bit more in depth, right? Like, even if the gameplay is cool, there's card games that I've played that like the game was pretty cool, but the artwork was just like super cheesy. And some of these are cool, some of these not so much. And that's not to knock on the artists, you know. The difference between an artist and a prompt is like how creative they are and what they're allowed to be. I don't know. This was on par for what I expected. So savior deck. Yeah, all right, let's get to the last one. So the Necromancer deck better be packing. Look at that. That is actually sick, though. This gives Golgari hardcore. What do we got here? Draconian Bonekite. That is sick looking. All right, I'm excited. All these feel like metal album covers of metal bands you've never heard and never understood. Because, don't get me wrong, if you love that kind of... Ooh. If you love that kind of metal, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm more of like a deathcore, metalcore kind of guy. I like some death metal, I guess. I like something with a little bounce to it. All right, let's go into the Necromancer deck. And as per usual, bust it open, pull out the little foam packet. The packaging looks sleek on the front, and these little deck boxes look cool. Like, ooh, we lost one. Like, the deck box looks cool, but I don't know how I feel about Ooh, we didn't actually check out the backs. Look at that. Atlas. It looks like the places you go as a player have like different backs. So sorcery, avatar, and it is necromancer. Tap, play, or draw site. Once per turn, you may pay 1 to summon a skeleton token, which must have been the little skeleton tokens we got from the beginning. Ooh, from the beginning. Look at that. Interesting. I like that. That's pretty cool. So we got the necromancer as our avatar. Bone spear. Oh yeah, I like that. That's good artwork. It at least looks cool and like iconic. That's awesome. Let's see, draconian bone kite. Oh, that artwork's pretty cool. Don't really care for the castle, but the dragon looks cool. Now this is good artwork. I like this. This is amazing. Foul bones. Again with the memes, I guess. Foul bones. Interesting. It kind of looks like a necromorph from oh my gosh, Dead Space. Ooh, Bitter Departed. This gives more of a D&D vibe, which I know this is what they're actually going for. Ignited. The minimalistic watercolor approach, that's actually pretty cool. I like this for flames. That's not bad. Ignited. Alright, what else we got? We got Novice Necromancer. The kid's trying to play with the dead. You should watch Full Metal Alchemist. There's a story about this. Noxious Corpse. Kamacine Mummy. These artworks are sick, by the way. Oh, yeah. Screamer. No jokes will be made. Three of them. I don't know. I think if I was going to play, this is the deck I'd play. Snallygaster. Interesting. Oh, Stygian Archers? Yeah. Yeah, no, the artwork in this one's been sick. I like this. Hot Wheel. Oh my gosh. You guys are gonna have to write better lore. I don't know. Order of the Pale Worm. It's actually not bad. I kinda like this. It's pretty cool. Dreadwing. Vesper Swarm. Those Who Linger? Master Necromancer. It's the kid grown up. Stitched Abomination. Also, my name's Bob the Necromancer, and today we're doing an unboxing. Stitched Abomination. Let's see. Detonate. Detonate's pretty cool. Witching Hour. That's pretty cool artwork. I like that. Kiss of Death. It's alright. It's alright. Carrionet. That's okay. Okay, hold on. Necronomic Concert. Necronomic Concert. Okay. Alright. Even if this is like the most busted card in the deck, I don't care. That's terrible. I don't like that. It's a meme, I guess. Alright. Panpipes of Nom. Back in Nom. Corpse Catapult. Now that's some quality artwork. Look at that. We're just throwing some dead bodies. I'm a fan. All right, and we're getting to the Atlas cards. Now this is like one of the criticisms I had of some of the artwork before. This fits. Look at that. Something reaching out. It looks like a zombie. You're telling me the Cthulhu one couldn't make a Cthulhu-looking version of this? That's what I want. Open Mausoleum. 2 of them. I hope it's busted. Twilight Bloom. Better believe it. Desert Bloom, Accursed Desert. Oh, look at that. The skull and stuff. I don't really care for occult symbolism, but it's like a spine. This Accursed Desert's the bomb. I like that. Accursed Tower. Seems to be a theme. Den of Evil. Dread Thicket. Vast Desert. Spire. Another spire. We already know how I feel about this artwork. Like, the clouds look amazing, but the actual spire itself looks terrible. Wasteland. Looks like some Lord of the Rings stuff. Sold Out Cemetery. Now, I feel like they're like really, really doubling down on the concert concept, but that artwork is pretty dope. I would get a playmat of this. That's sweet. I really actually like that artwork. All right, what else we got? We got Forsaken Crypt and Darkest Dungeon. That artwork's actually pretty sick with the the guy. It looks like some liminal spaces kind of stuff. Also, went past this one too fast. The color palette is amazing. I love this one. I'm really picky about artwork, but those are cool looking. All right, and that's for the Necromancer. All right, guys, let's see what else. I think there's like a little bit more in here. I think this would have been helpful to have. Let's see. Oh, they have elements. Interesting. Turn sequence. Oh, says cards on tap. Don't get a lawsuit, guys. WotC's watching you. Don't want the Pinkertons at your house. Let's see. Learn to play Sorcery Contested Realms. So it's a full-on rule book. Let's see. Avatars, sites, subsurface, spells, elemental threshold, power and subtypes, magic and auras. Setting up your game. Yeah, it is a game where you like progress across the table. So it's like you're playing like, I don't want to say exactly Magic because there's not really a mana system for what I can tell, but you can like play your dudes and progress. All right, this is interesting. Cool stuff. Alrighty, guys. Well, if you like what you saw today, just like and subscribe. Check us out on our social media, and if there's anything you want us to open, let us know. And hopefully we see you in the shop.